Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ryan Fenners. Welcome back to the Fentertainment channel. On June 20th of 2016, we did the world's first swirl dipping tumbler video. Today is October the 2nd. It's been a couple of months and our process has changed tremendously. Today in this video, we're going to talk about the things that we do differently, why we do those things differently, and show you some results. Here's a cup I did this week. A lot's changed since then. Y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, first thing we're going to do is remove this tape line here, advertising sticker. And when you get down to this part here, take your time, and sometimes you can get majority of it up if you peel slow. Go ahead and take a little bit of Dawn and just wash it down a little bit. You can just use your hands. Next step of the process is after you get the cup all nice and dry, go ahead and tape it off. Put your stencils on. I like to tape off the bottom of my cups. I do it in every one of my videos. I like the stainless look. I also like it that when I sit my cup down, I don't ever have to worry about it scratching the bottom of it of any coating that I have on there. That's the one reason I do it. How I mask off the bottom. Take some blue painter's tape. You can see I'll start on here, get me a good tape line. Once we have the tape on the bottom of the cup, you see if there's any extra tape overlapping this bottom line, I just like to take a small razor blade, score that line, pull the extra tape off that's covering this part of the cup here, so our tape line is nice and crisp. Once you have your bottom taped off, if you want to do it, you can. If not, you don't have to. I'm doing this cup for a friend. They wanted a swirl dip Clemson cup. Let your sticker down. Start in the middle, work your way out for both sides since the cup is curved. That's the front of the cup. Alright, we got the front sticker applied. We went ahead and put the lid back on it. We went ahead and lined the mouth hole here with the mountains to make sure it's pretty much centered. The reason I do that is this ridge here on the back of the cup is the opposite side of the mouth hole, and when we go to put the logo on the back, we can try to line it up with the top of the lid. Okay, the first step we're going to do in order to dip the cup with Krylon, we're going to shoot the cup with the Cover Max paint. And what I've done is I've taken the lid and put it in a plastic bag here, put the lid back on there. Serves two purposes. The lid will not get messed up and there will be no paint on the inside of the cup. So just take your paint, put on a coat of paint here. Be sure to move the paint. You don't want any runs in this white paint. Alright guys, let's start dipping. On this cup here, we're going to use Krylon Cover Max Orange and Krylon Cover Max Purple, which is actually called Rich Plum. When we dip these cups now, I like to hold them from the bottom. We have the lid on the top, wrapped up in the plastic bag. Now we do these upside down, different from the last time, but we're still going to go at it real slowly. That's the way that cup looks. Pretty good. Now we're going to take it and blow it dry it with the air compressor. Just take the air compressor. Okay guys, the cup's pretty much dry. We've been leaving it on the table here for about 20 minutes now, and you can handle it. Just don't push down real hard. We're taking an X-Acto knife and we're pulling up the vinyl lettering that we put on the cup. So here is the Ozark Trail embossed logo here, so we know we put the Clemson paw here. However, you need to look at your paw, or look at the front of the cup, or wherever you put your graphics, at an angle so you can see the ridges of the design on your decal. So here's one here. We're just gonna take this and there's the Clemson paw there off the front of the cup. My hand don't have any paint on it. Alright guys, so here we go. This is the Krylon swirl dip. We have the paw removed on the front. Also we have the lettering on the back removed. Next step, remove the lid and the paper. And we're going to leave the tape and we're going to apply the clear. Actually the Krylon is a lot smoother than the Rust-Oleum. There's a lot less clumps. I've been using it now for close about a month now, a month and a half. So it provides good results. The colors pop. If you like, you can go ahead and spray yours with clear. I like to do the 2-part epoxy resin. This is the resin I use. Here's a link right here where you can watch a video on it that goes in depth. I'm not going to go in depth on this video. If you want to spray clear, like I said, you can. This stuff gives the ultimate amount of shine, and it provides a really smooth layer of protection there also. We got 4 cups to do. I'm gonna mix enough for 4 tonight. Once I put my resin on, we will go ahead and remove the tape, let it dry in 24 hours. We'll be right back. Alright guys, so 24 hours is back, and here's the cup here. And if you can tell the amount of shine it has now versus the previous clip, the 2-part epoxy clear coat gives an ultimate amount of shine and protection. We don't do it just for the shine, mainly it's for protection. When you carry this cup to work or you go anywhere with you, of course you're going to put it in a cup holder, and if you don't put some kind of protection on it, after a while the cup holder is going to wear lines and ridges into the paint. That's one of the main reasons we use the 2-part epoxy. It also looks good. It provides it with a nice amount of shine. I wanted to answer a few questions that has been posted to the original video. Maybe these can help you out also as an ending on this video here. So I'm going to keep looking down at the computer. I'll look back at you and talk to you also. One guy says, I have a couple questions. If I want to do several tumblers of the same pattern, camo for an example, can I use the same water, just add paint to keep it fresh for each dip? And answer is yes. I don't never empty my water out of my buckets before I re-dip. I'll just wipe usually the paint from the top of it, and then I'll just add more dip to it, add more paint to it. So yes, there you go. Caper Brown asked, do you have to use a base coat before the dip? You don't have to, but if the paint from the top of the dip doesn't get all the way on the cup, then you're going to be showing some of the cup through it, similar to how we use the stencils to make designs. Can you use cheap spray paint, or does it have to be the higher end stuff? I don't know any kind of higher end paint other than Rust-Oleum. It's only like $3.68 a can. Krylon's about $3 or $4 a can also. I'm now using Krylon only. Also, if you didn't see the video with the mailbox, I used Krylon in that 4 different colors. And it looked like it had so many other different colors once it was done. So let's see what else we got. Do you have to use plasti dip? In my first video, that was like the main question for a while was, do you have to use plasti dip? And the answer is no. Plasti dip is a non-permanent coating. So I put the plasti dip on first as a base coat in white so my colors would pop. But then a month down the road, if my cup was boring, I could peel the plasti dip off. The swirl would come off with it. I also have a video I've uploaded, and now I'll put it right here. Right here? I don't know. What about the inside of the cup after it's submerged? Does any paint get in the cup? It used to, but since we started wrapping the lid in a plastic grocery bag, putting it back in the cup, no paint gets really inside the cup and no paint gets on the lid. If a little bit of paint does get around the inside perimeter of the cup, you can usually take some fine sandpaper, some 1000, 2000 grit, and water sand it. And that'll just really take just the paint off the cup. So, could I do this and then add glitter paint over it? Of course. It's DIY. Do it however you want to do it. This guy, Sean Morton, says, I apologize if I missed this, but I recently dipped my tumbler and it stayed tacky for days. Is there a way to fix it? That's another reason we're using Krylon. It dries really, really fast. So usually about 5 or 10 minutes after we blow dry the cup, bring it inside, it's pretty much dry to handle. It's not 100% cure, but it's dry. Guy says we would love to see a camo. I'm working on the camo as we speak. More questions about clumping. That's why we went from Rust-Oleum to Krylon. Somebody asked about when you are doing the 3 layers of plasti dip, do you let it dry between layers? I usually do let the plasti dip dry for about 5 minutes, then I spray another coat. I like to spray wet coats of plasti dip. That means the cans isn't really far away from the cup. You know what I mean? They're actually really close and really fast passes, and they look very wet when they apply. How do you not get the fingerprint on the paint? Well, when I did the last video, I showed dipping the 30 ounce, and I had my fingers on the tape as it was going into the water. But when I did the 20 and I did the 10, I actually grabbed the cups from inside and actually spread my hands open. Had a nice, really tight grip on the cup, kind of a different way. And when I submerged them like that. These days, I just tape off the bottom of the cup like I usually do, turn them upside down, dip the top first since the top's in a plastic bag. Plastic bag's inside the cup, and it does not leave any handprints or anything like that in there. You do not have to use plasti dip. Plasti dip is only for people who want to change it up later down the road. Yes, plasti dip will work with a 2-part epoxy resin. Hold on. So here's the kaleidoscope, and that is not glossifier. That is actually 2-part epoxy. I did do that. I might make a video of that one day, but I haven't done anything yet. So yeah, you can do that if you want to. Sir Peter the First says, I did not think the video could get any more American with that thick accent, but the stars on the can at the end proved me wrong. Well, I still have my first koozie. That's the only one I have left from that video. They don't have stars on them anymore. That's good. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching the video. I know it's kind of long. I wanted to answer some questions at the end. Krylon dries so much faster. Anyway, let's get on with this right here, and let's get off this video. We'll see y'all later. We'll see you next time. We'll see you this week when we're dropping some more videos. We're about to change the channel up a little bit. We're about to start doing some Halloween DIY stuff, not cup related. I hope you guys still will stay tuned, at least watch it. And I want 1 person or 5 to share this video with Facebook. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see y'all later.